Good.
All right, Oscar, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking your time and coming. How you doing, bro?
Good. No, thank you for reaching out to me and telling me you want to be on my podcast, but it's been pretty good.
I know, bro. It's pretty crazy because this is the second time I see you in person. I saw you at the gym.
That's crazy, bro.
It's crazy, bro. Because I saw you at the gym and you had your filming equipment.
Yeah.
And I saw that you had your camera, the Sony A7, and I was like, damn, he's probably like an influencer or something like that.
Yeah.
So I went up to you and I asked you about your camera because I also use the cameras for the podcast and everything. And you seem like a pretty chill dude. So welcome, bro.
Thank you. No, thank you, dude. That's crazy what a camera can do, huh?
I know.
People don't know who you are until you have a camera, you know?
I know.
That's crazy, huh?
Do you usually take it to the gym?
No, dude. I started taking it when I moved here to Vegas. I used to be like super shy. And
really?
It's like, yeah, dude. I said, fuck it. Let me just take it. And then at first it was kind of, to this day, I think it's still kind of like a little like intimidating, but you get used to it.
Yeah, because people look at you and they stare and
they look at you funny, but also like you said, they don't know who you are, so they think you're some influencer. Or they
most likely, yeah.
And I was like, who is this guy? But
yeah. So you said when you moved to Vegas, I know you're from Cali.
Yeah.
What part of Cali are you from?
I'm from San Francisco, closest to Oakland, but I was actually raised in Marin County half of my life, and then like the other half I was raised in Richmond, California. But
that's crazy.
Other than that, Cali boy.
Is your family Mexican?
Yeah, both my parents are Mexicans. My mom is from Guanajuato, and my dad's from Zacatecas.
Oh, that's crazy. My best friend's from Zacatecas. Shout out Ricardo. Yeah,
That's crazy. That's
yeah,
good.
he should be here.
That's good.
No, that's dope, bro. But yeah, so you when you go to the gym, I see that you run. When I followed you on Instagram, I saw that your profile and your routine and your program was about running.
Yeah.
And I see that you run a lot, bro. When did you get into that?
I picked up running when I moved here to Vegas. Like moved here to Vegas, and it was just.
How long ago was that?
Moving to Vegas was just like picking up running.
Moving to Vegas. I mean, they both happened at the same time.
Kind of,
so.
yeah. It was like I want to say a year and 6 months ago. Exactly.
Oh, it's relatively.
But like picked up running. I think like I moved in December of 2024, and then I picked up running around February. Like so, 2 months later after moving into Vegas, I think I picked it up because I was bored. I didn't have any friends, so I was like, let me just pick up on it, and it was just.
You didn't have any friends when you moved over here? You didn't know anyone?
No, dude.
That's crazy.
It was just me, my lady. And it was just us.
Damn, that's crazy,
just
bro.
kind of picking up hobbies, not to be like bored, be home, but just like kind of explore in a way.
Why did you guys move over here? If you don't mind me asking
We
about.
moved here because she got into nursing school, and she actually graduated on that. So she just graduated. So we moved here for nursing school, and other than that, it was just for schooling.
Just for school?
Yeah.
Because of her, and you wanted to support.
I wanted to support. I wanted to be a good person. I wanted to support.
That's good.
I was
bro.
gonna stay back in Cali, but I was like, you know what? Let me just go and see what happens.
And also, you tried something different. So I guess did you want to move over here?
At first, like I think it was like the month before moving here, I didn't want to, and then after that, I kind of thought about it. I'm like, you know what? Let's go. And I thought about it hard, to be honest. I thought about it really hard, but I was just like, I guess I would say I was comfortable back home, and I was like, I think you have to step out of your comfort zone in order to grow. So I was just like, I just left. I just like, let's go, you know?
Yeah. Have you liked it so far? Do you like this city?
I actually like Las Vegas, but I don't at the same time.
It's weird. It's
interesting, yeah. And
it's a sweet and sour.
Yeah, it's just there's like a balance to everything.
Yeah.
So it's just like, all right.
I feel like there's a lot of good things about Vegas, just how small it is. You can get from one side of Vegas to another in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Way different from Cali. In Cali, you have a lot of traffic. It takes hours for you to get from one point to another.
Yeah, that's what I was telling my friends back home. I was like, Vegas is small, but like very big at the same time.
Yeah.
It's kind of insane how that works. And I was just like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So you move to Vegas, you get bored and you start running. Yeah. I know that the sport of running became very popular a couple years ago. So were you part of that? I want to start running.
Yeah, I think I did a post on TikTok and it went viral.
No way.
It was like you're a beginner runner as a big boy, and it just went viral. And I would get the comments like, you're just doing this for the trend and stuff like that. And I was just like, you have those hate comments, and I was just like,
the haters. It's always the haters, bro.
I was like, okay, but then I think I picked it up. Honestly, I'll take that back. I think I didn't pick up on it because it was trending. I think I just picked up on it because I just, like I said, I
wanted to do something.
Yeah. And then I didn't know how big the community was until I seen it on social media, and I was just like, damn, this is pretty fucking big, you know?
It's a big community, bro. Yeah.
So
were you into lifting or the gym or anything before that?
I was a big like gym rat back then, and then it was just like I kind of fell off of that, you know, like it was just I was in it for like 2 years to be honest, and I was actually like at my peak weight and like physique in a way, kind of.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your weight? And
I was at 180, and I was still kind of big, but I feel like I was like 180ish, and it was just kind of more like lean and toned. And then, like I did a dirty bulk, so you can imagine how that worked.
Oh yeah, so I've been through that, bro.
It wasn't the best, you know, but it was like it was there, but it wasn't the best.
You still get the muscle.
Yeah, so it was just like that. So it's pretty much it.
And then you got into run. That's cool, bro. I barely started running too because I had been bulking for probably 2 years, because I know in bodybuilding, even if you try to eat a lot and if you're in the bulking phase, it takes a lot to build muscle, bro.
You buff as shit though, bro. I feel looking at you.
Yeah, yeah, I've tried, bro, but I felt like it was time for the cut to lean down a little bit because I had a lot of body fat. So I wanted to do more cardio, and I picked running, and it's been pretty fun, bro.
It's a different type of mentality, huh?
Yeah, it's a completely different program than the one I had been following before.
I see your. I be commenting like, "Oh, this is running," you know. Just
yeah.
It's just like I say, just like tell my people who like want to start running, it's just do it at your pace, because like when I started, I picked up like I think I started way too fast and I got injured. So I had to stop for like. I was going really well for like 1 month, and then like after I would get injured.
I feel like that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, like,
I'm focusing too much on the time on my mile that I just try to do it every time, just faster, quicker, and I don't think I should be doing that, bro.
That's literally what I was doing, but I think I just did my research. I was never the person to follow a program. I just kind of did my research on my own, and I was just like, you know what, let me just take it slow, and then like.
But you actually wanted to get better at running. That was your main goal?
I think it was my main goal was just to get faster. And then,
you wanted to get faster. Okay.
I met a guy out here named Derek. Shout out to Derek. Who took my viral video. He was like, hey, let's get a run club together. And I was like, okay. He started a run club. I don't know what happened to it. But because of him, he introduced me to like track workouts, like intervals. And dude, those things were like crazy. Like, he like had me on a Saturday like at 7 a.m. Let's go hit the track workout. But he did his first marathon.
How was the track workout? I'm interested in that.
Dude, that was pretty brutal.
Because the programs are completely different, as I said before. Yeah. The bodybuilding program that I had been following is completely different than a powerlifting program, a running program. All the different types of branches in the gym community, they all have their separate culture and all their information. So I'm interested in how your workouts.
The programs, I was just doing a bunch of repeats, a bunch of like 100-meter repeats, intervals, and then stuff like that. It was just like you run slow to run fast, and then
you run slow to run fast. That's a theory.
I think it's the saying like that. You run slow to run fast, and then after that, like it was just like you do a bunch of like. The thing that has helped me personally is just do a bunch of repeats of sprints. And then like a lot of mobility. I started picking up on that and like strength training. So I would consider doing like hybrid training.
Yeah.
Not to like gain muscle, but to like just strengthen your muscles because
to make your body used to it. Just to.
I would say that make used to it, but it's like also like when you strength train a little bit, I feel like you're not prone to injury.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because like compared to a person who just runs, like you
because of your joints and your muscles are stronger, I guess. No.
Yeah, that's kind of the theory behind it. But I really like, if you ask me personally, like on a deeper level, like I think I just run and then it's just keeping the track intervals with me all the time. Just run fast at the track, and then obviously like you're doing like 100-meter sprints repetitively. You're doing about like 8 of them or 10 of them with a 2-minute rest in between. Or a minute rest in between.
That's a shit ton of cardio, bro.
Yeah, so it's a lot of electrolytes. Like I thought I consumed a lot of electrolytes when I was gymming, but now that I started running, dude, it's just like 10 times more electrolytes. Like
really?
Yeah,
it's
like
essential.
Essential. Like I'll probably drink water, but like if it doesn't have electrolytes in my water bottle,
you'll cramp.
Dude, I'll cramp. Like water just goes right through me. So like you know how water just goes.
You
through
start sweating and yeah.
Yeah, and then like I think one thing I noticed too when you start running is like before I started taking electrolytes, I was just sweating. But now that I check electrolytes, like when I sweat, like my clothes gets all like salty and like I'm all salty, and it's just like it's there for a reason. Like you have to do it, you know, whether you like it or not. Like I don't like electrolytes because a lot of people don't like electrolytes. No, and it's just like it's gross. But I'm like, dude, like you have to.
That's
like the big factor in running, especially because you're sweating all
so
that
so that would be this very important advice for the people that want to get into running. Like what's taking electrolytes when you run is essential. What's some other advice that you would recommend besides also starting at your pace? What would be like the top 3 essential advice that you would give to someone that wants to start running?
I think the top 3 I would say is get on a good like mobility plan, because a lot of people just get into running. I want to say this. The second one is your fueling, because people don't like carbs. They don't like carbs. Yeah. But you have to consume a shit ton of carbs to run. And other than that, not caffeine, but the other one I would say,
electrolytes, right?
Yeah, electrolytes, I guess. But those are the top 3, like top 3. And I personally eat a lot of steak, and people don't like
protein.
Yeah, protein.
You also look for the protein in your meals.
Yeah, a lot of protein. But to keep it simple, it's just high carbs and like protein, basically.
Yeah, and now that you mention it, it's very popular for people not to eat carbs, or they're scared of the carbs because they think they're gonna get fat from it. Your body is basically taking fuel from your carbs. The carbs are the main source of energy for your body. So when people say, "Oh no, I don't eat carbs," like, what are you doing? You're supposed to eat carbs. Yeah.
I think one thing I did wrong too was I was running fasted, and I did notice a difference. It was cool at first, but then I think that was also why I was so prone to injury. And now that I don't know if you know Nick Bear. He's a big GM. Yeah. Dude, I'm so big on him. Like, I got his GM1 Sport, I think it's called. And I tried that, and then ever since that, I don't even do anything fasted anymore. Like, if
is there any benefit from doing anything fasted?
I think you just shred body weight faster, but also you're gonna tend to eat after, you know. So I feel
you're gonna get hungry, yeah.
So I feel like there's no difference. Like, I think that was just something I thought personally was gonna like help me, but it really didn't help me as much, to be honest, because
it was probably making it worse, right? Like, you were hungry, or
you were under fueled the whole time.
Under fueled, yeah.
I would get lightheaded a lot of times, and I was just like, no, but like, just take your just do everything fueled, and that's something that I just learned recently. Like, I want to say like 2 months ago, like, doing it fueled, because if you don't do it fueled, you do it fasted, it's cool for a certain time, but then like your body starts to really reflect on it, and you're just like, nah, this is not it.
Or you feel tired, your muscles feel fatigued.
You're fatigued throughout the day.
Yeah, I think that's a sign that when you're not doing it properly with your diet, when your body starts feeling like it's not right, like something's wrong. Yeah. And
I think also I noticed I was really in bad pain. I was sore throughout the whole day, and then like once you start fueling, you start eating your protein and stuff like that. Like it's like, you know, like it's like the gym. You start. Yeah. You're not as sore throughout the day, you know. And it's just like, okay, but
it's just essential for recovery and for your.
But I think that's like the basic thing people, especially in running, because like since you're not lifting, like, oh, I don't need that much protein, you know. But it's like, no, it's still essential to your activities that you do.
But I mean, in bodybuilding, it's just calories in, calories out. If you want to lean down, you have to eat less calories than what your body burns in a day. If you want to gain weight, you have to give your body more calories than what it needs, and that's when you grow.
It's like running. It's like you put carbs in and you put carbs out. So that's your like number one source of fuel, basically. Yeah. So it's like that.
So I also want to talk about the runner's high. Not sure if you've heard about it. Yeah. So when does that come in? Or I've never felt it. I've never experienced it because I only run 1 mile. Yeah. When does that come in when running?
I think it depends. It really depends, to be honest. It depends how your body feels. I've gone runner's high every time I do my long runs.
Really?
Yeah, every time. Like, it's a weird feeling. Like, it's a weird feeling. Like, it's like when you, I don't know. It's maybe I'm being a little exaggerated right now, but it's like when you're
high.
It's like no, it's not like, I think it's when you black out when you're drunk, but you're like, it's like a sober, like you just like
a sober blackout.
You don't even think about anything. You're just running like it's one foot in front of another. You know.
How long does it last?
It depends. I think for me, it'll last about like 2-3 miles.
That's crazy. That's a lot, bro.
And then I think the longest I've had it for was, I don't know if you said, I did the run on the strip for 11 miles. I got runner's high at mile 6. I think it lasted me until mile 10. So it was like, that was the longest. It was 4 miles. I was just like, bro.
When you run long distances like that, do you ever stop, or the point is to just keep going and don't stop?
In a perfect world, you wouldn't stop, but I stopped for the red lights and stuff like that, like in any intersection. But
just for hydration, I guess. Do they have those stops? Or?
They do and stuff like that. But usually I carry like my little water jug and everything. I'll carry my gels with me, like everything that I take.
The gels, I've seen those. What are those?
Those are basically just sodium and carbohydrates in a little packet of a gel, and I usually take those every like 3 to 4 miles, depending on how my body feels. it's good to train your body on that as well. Because, like I said, I was running long miles without no fuel, and those have actually came in clutch.
And they actually help you?
Yeah, like you're still tired. Don't get me wrong, you still get tired, but like you're just like, all right, like you're tired.
I can keep going.
Yeah, I can keep going compared to like where you're tired, I'm fatigued, I want to stop. But those really help. Like it's just sodium and carbohydrates. Some of them have caffeines. I don't tend to do the caffeine ones because those give me like really
the jitters bad. And all that stuff.
They give me heartburns, so I don't know.
Oh,
why.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. So I just stick to the sodium and carbohydrates.
What's the most you've ever ran?
The most I ever ran was just about 13 miles on a Wednesday night on a weekday.
On a Wednesday.
On a weekday, dude. It was just
That's crazy. Yeah. Why on a Wednesday?
So it was just part of my like regular routine. Like it was just gonna be
just
like
running 13 miles.
No, it was just like a regular like 6 miles, and I was just like, I'm gonna do 8, and then I got to 8, and I'm like, I'm feeling good. Runner's high, I kicked.
You got the runner's high.
Kicked in, and I was like, all right, let me just do 10 and I'll stop, because also when you run, it's so time consuming. Like it's time consuming.
It takes time, yeah.
And it was already like 9:50 that time, and I was like, okay. I was at 10, and I was like, let me do another 3. And then I was feeling great at that time. I was still feeling great. And then it came to,
how the fuck were you feeling great? I run 1 mile and I'm dying.
It was
you get used to it, yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, like I felt 10 in my joints after mile 12. My joints were starting to heat up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And I wasn't like stopping. It was just like, damn, my joints are feeling it right now. But I think once you run, like, it was just 13 miles. Once you run the 13 miles, it's just like such like, wow, like, you know, when you lift weights, you get like
I gotta keep going the last 2 reps,
or you get like dopamine hits here and there. I don't know if that's the same thing. That's how I felt throughout the whole time. But it was 13 miles. It was half a marathon on a Wednesday.
Yeah, it's fun. Running is fun, bro. Yeah. I want to get more into it.
I told you, come with me.
I should go with you, bro. I really should.
You go with me. We do. Matter of fact, we can do one tomorrow if you want. If you're free.
I'm down. Yeah, I'm actually down.
I know you see my story. I run the strip mostly every Sunday or Saturday.
I don't like running outside, bro. It's harder. Not sure why it's harder. Do you like it better?
I don't have a preference.
No?
The way I like stick to my plan, I think that has worked for me, is when I run in the gym on the treadmills, I do my speed workouts right there. So like
on the treadmill?
So I do like a faster pace. So obviously if I'm running like a 7:30 or 7 minute per mile pace on the treadmill, just add a minute running outside, because obviously the treadmill to running outside is not the same.
It's completely different, bro.
So yeah,
I guess the treadmill is more stable, so it makes it easier on your feet.
It's softer.
It's softer
than concrete. But it's if you ask me that question about running outside or inside, I think I don't have a preference. I do both. I would say indoors because it's easier, but I feel like the dopamine hits are cooler when you run outside.
When you're outside.
Yeah,
because you're in nature and
yeah.
Not in nature, but you're basically outside, like you.
Yeah, and people like, a lot of my friends that come like, how do you run 10 miles on a treadmill? And I'm like, it's just, I don't know, dude. I don't know how to explain it. You have to see it for yourself. No music either. It's just
no music.
No music.
That is crazy.
Yeah. My boys call me, you're diabolical for that.
You're fighting demons, bro.
I don't know why. It just doesn't happen. I get bored of the music, so I just listen to like what's around me at the gym.
And you wouldn't switch your program to like a bodybuilding? Do you ever see yourself switching your program?
So
or what's your goal? Once you get to what point are you gonna feel comfortable?
So my deal right now, I want to hit a body weight of 180 or 175. I'm currently at 187-ish. I balance between like 180 and 190. But if I hit 180, I want to lean into getting hybrid, because obviously if you just run, your body gets all ugly and wacky. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm slowly leaning into like getting into a hybrid position, but it's also it's hard.
It is very hard.
It's especially since I do have a 9 to 5, and I'm just like, all right, either run in the morning and then I have to go gym in the evening, gym in the morning and then go run in the evening.
Yeah.
So I want to say I would switch my program.
Yeah.
Yeah, to become a hybrid athlete.
Yeah. More of like a hybrid athlete now running, and I'm very happy about it.
What got you into running, or why did you decide?
I just wanted to lean down, bro. I've never had abs. I've never seen myself with abs in the mirror. I want to see myself lean.
My boy said you don't look good. Motherfucker, look hella good, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I'm at a good point, but I've never seen myself at a low body fat percentage. So I want to get to that point so I can at least just mark it off my list, bro. Because once I get to that point, I'm going to start bulking up again. I don't like seeing myself skinny. I don't like not feeling heavy. Nice. Okay, I think it's just a body dysmorphia at this point.
That's what it is. Like, I know a lot of people say don't look at the scale.
Yeah.
I look at the scale so much, but I'm like,
you do?
Dude, yes, it's so bad. Like, that's why I'm like, I told him, I'm like 187-ish right now, but I'm like, I look the same, but I'm like, all right. So it's like my mind playing games on me, you know?
It's more of a mind game, bro. Because, yeah, you can, even if the scale has the same number or shows the same number, if you look at the mirror, you'll start seeing differences, bro.
Yeah. I just know, like, when you run, like, I'll weigh myself before the run. I'll be like on 192-ish when it's like I'm bloated. After my run, like after like 6 or after like even 3 miles, I'll probably be down like
3
pounds, 4 pounds
because of the water weight.
Yeah, all that goes away.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like that when I did the strip when I did the half marathon, I was at 190, and it's crazy. I hit 182 after my run. So you just lose like instant water weight. And I actually have a buddy back at home. Her name is Cynthia. She's a personal trainer.
Oh, that's cool.
She picked up running, and she was just telling me how her body's starting to form better and like it leans out when you start running. And I was like, yeah, it does, because you're just shredding so much water weight that you actually get to see like your gains and your progress, you know?
Yeah, because of the water and retention in your skin and all that stuff. Yeah. So you also are building a brand. Yes. Talk to me a little about the brand. So it's a running club, or it's just a clothing brand? It's just
a clothing brand. I think I just picked up on a random clothing brand. It was just out of like boredness, and I started it. I wanted to lean into like the Elucine Bellico style brand, but I feel like honestly, like it wasn't me. Like it just wasn't me, you know? Don't get me wrong, like I do have like friends who live that style, but it just wasn't me.
Okay.
And so I think I was trying to search for the cue of like, what did I really want to do?
What's the name of the brand?
It's called Sparks Department. It's super simple in genetics.
Sparks Department. Sparks is your last name?
Everybody no.
Or your nickname?
So no, it's none of that. So everybody knows me as Oscar Sparks on my personal page. So I just put the Sparks Department after that. So that's
why Sparks?
I don't know, honestly. No? I just had it since high school, and I kind of just ran with that nickname.
With the username?
Yeah, with the Sparks. Even though I was in soccer, it was like, hey, because I was a goalie in high school, and they would call me a chispa. And I was
okay.
And I was like, you just like
translate
spark like into like a chispa, like when you're flying, you're standing still, and then next thing you know, you're midair, you know? And I was like, all right. And it's chispa. At first I found it hella cringe, bro. I found it super cringe, but I'm like, you know what? It's just been with me forever. So I was like, all right, cool.
It's a cool name. I like it.
So Oscar Sparks. A lot of people ask me, is that your last name or nickname? Sometimes I say yes.
It could be a last name, yeah.
Sometimes I say yes just to fuck around with them. Like, yeah, it is. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah.
Sparks.
Yeah, Sparks. Because everybody calls me like Sparks.
Yeah.
Like Sparks like that. But even my coworkers and stuff. But that's the start of my brand.
So you played soccer before?
I did.
You like soccer?
I did. I do.
Yeah?
Yeah. You ask me now? No, not really. Not as much.
Not as much? You don't watch it?
No, I tried watching it, dude. It's just so hard to keep up with.
Yeah? Yeah. Who was your team?
I used to go for America.
America? No, bro. Don't say it.
What do you go for?
Pumas. But they suck, bro. So I don't even like saying it either.
I shouldn't even say I go for America because I didn't even watch it, bro. But
yeah, me neither. I don't even watch Mexican soccer, bro. I just watched the European one. Yeah. That's pretty interesting, but I think Puma sucks, bro.
I don't know, bro. I just stopped watching soccer, dude. I think I'll watch the World Cup, though. The World Cup, I'll watch that for sure.
Oh, that was nice, bro.
World Cup. I think it's just excitement, you know? But other than that, like, I won't play soccer on my free time. Yeah.
Are you planning on going to one of the games next year?
That's the goal. That's the goal, dude. But
they're probably going to be expensive, bro.
Tickets
are going to be pricey. Yeah. Even more here in Vegas at the stadium. Yeah. It's going to be packed.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to go to the UFC fight right here in the Sphere when they had it.
Oh, there's UFC night today too.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
shit, bro.
They're fighting today.
On that. But I know when they fought at the Sphere, I have my boy Homero, dude. Bad peer pressure. He's like, we should go watch him. I'm like, you really want to cash out for a ticket for the Sphere? And he was like, you want to live once, bro. And he was thinking about my brand. He's like, because I think I was initially doing my first drop.
Okay.
When I sold out. And he's like, imagine going into the Sphere, watching UFC fight, you just take a picture of your hood in the back. And
that would be dope, bro.
It's like, you never know. Like, you never know. I was just like, bro. But I was like, I thought about it, bro. Because it's a lot of money, you know? It's like, fuck. And I was like, bro. But I don't know. I was like,
it turned into an investment.
Yeah. And that's what he told me. He's like, it's just an investment. But like, he's like, shout out to him because he's only 21. But he's like, he motivates you to do so much better. Yeah. He's like, yeah, dude. He's like, do it. Let's do this. Because obviously, I'm 29. Los que no saben.
You're 29? You look young, bro.
Roy, I'm 28. Going to be 29. I be forgetting.
When's your birthday?
November 13th.
November 13th. Oh, that's cool.
So we can say we're 29.
Yeah.
But I'm 28 though. Gonna be 29.
You're about to be 30, bro. That's crazy.
Unk. I'm already unk. Unk. Wait, how old are you?
24.
Oh, you're still, not really. You're not a baby no more.
Yeah.
You're getting up there.
I'm getting up there, bro.
Up there.
I'm scared, bro.
Did I look my age or no?
No, you look younger. I thought you were my age, actually.
Oh, bro, I'm 28.
That's cool, bro. You're staying young. That's a goal.
That's the running, dude.
That's the running and all the exercise.
Yeah, that's like if I leave my beard grow out, I look older.
Mm-hmm.
But if I just keep my goatee, they're like, dude, you look young as shit. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
How many drops have you done for your clothing brand?
I just did one drop.
So far?
So far.
When did you start it?
I started last year around, I think the same time I picked up running on February, February.
Mm-hmm.
And I dropped on my birthday of last year.
Oh, that's sick,
yeah,
bro.
so
that's
that was
nice
my goal throughout the whole year. I'm like, I'm going to drop on my birthday, whether it goes well or not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just drop on my birthday. And it was kind of cool because it kind of made me cry a little bit.
It made you cry?
Yeah, it made me cry a little bit, to be honest.
It's so satisfying when you reach a goal. For example, this podcast, for me, it's like a fucking dream, bro.
Yeah, like I know a lot of people don't know that, but it kind of made me cry. I was there in the kitchen with my lady, and I remember like the guy that was building my website, he was just like, all right, bro, your website's all set. All you got to do is like activate it and it goes live.
That's crazy.
And so I've been like that whole last year, I was just like promoting it throughout like the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
It was just promoting. So I'm the one doing the videos, doing the editing, doing the shots. And I was just in there and I was just like, all right, cool. And then the week before my birthday came in, I had one of my buddies shoot me a video. Mm-hmm. And shout out to CSVT Media. He's pretty cool. He's like, let's shoot it. And then we did it. And it was like the night before, dude. I was nervous that whole week. I was like, fuck, dude. And it was just like, I already had my pieces. Like,
you already had everything ready for it.
Everything. It was 45 pieces in total. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, all right. And I was like, let's try it. And then the night before my birthday came, my buddy Homero, he's like, we're going to go out for your birthday to eat. And I was okay. And it was the day of. And then I went live because I went live at 6 p.m. The website was open. Just the satisfaction of people buying stuff, like to believe that people
buying your stuff. Yeah. It's not just buying stuff. It's buying your project and
like an idea, you know?
Your idea.
And it was just like, I was looking at my phone and I have Shopify. So you hear the ding, 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 ding. And I was just like, dude, like this is crazy. And I was just like, I think it was a little bit of like a little shock moment because I was telling my lady, it was just like, bro, like, this is real, you know? Like, if you really put your time into this, it's real. Like, it's doable.
This can turn into something bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, like, I look at all these guys and I'm like, de algo se empieza algo, you know? And I was just like, bro. And, like, I think, like, my lady had to, like, kind of, like, hey, like, kind of get me out of the zone a little bit because I was just, like, looking at my phone, but I couldn't believe it, you know? Like, it's doable. And then I was having dinner and my phone's still going off. It's like ding, ding, ding. Like, it was like,
that's crazy.
Ding, ding, ding. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was just getting my phone every time I was buying something. And then I was just like, dude, this is crazy. And then I went to sleep that night. It was like, it wasn't for the money at all. It was just the fact that the idea was just like, wow, like it's crazy, you know, like
it turned real from your mind to the shirt, or was it only shirts?
It was or 30,
shorts?
It was hoodies and shirts.
Oh, hoodies and shirts.
It was 30 hoodies and 15 shirts. And that was pretty much it, dude. It was just the idea of it. It was a small win, but it was
Do you have more coming?
I do. So I plan on dropping this one when I move back to the Bay Area because I'm moving back in a month.
So that's a sample, the one you have on.
Yeah, this is a sample. This is a sample, yeah, before I move back.
Exclusive.
so it's a sample going back in, but my plan is to drop when I not get back to the Bay, but I don't have a drop date. I know I was going to say I was going to drop this year, but I don't have a drop date. But I think now that I know more stuff, I think I kind of want to hold off on a little bit. Like, I just want to get the idea out there more. It's more like, yeah, I'm taking a loss, but I think it's just getting the idea out there. Because back home I have
just expanding the not the marketing, but just your idea, just expanding it a little bit more.
Yeah, because I do want to make a run club once I get back home, back to the Bay.
That would be dope.
Yeah, with my buddies out there, and luckily, like the people I mentioned, like they've been like supportive, like, oh, we'll help you, you know. And I was like, okay, but like they will tell me like, dude, you're so good with your camera and stuff like that, and like you can just do it, you know. Yeah. But I think right now it's just I'm focused on like just getting the idea out there, doing some samples and stuff like that. Kind of just trying different fields. Okay. Like I do want to be, like I said, I do want to
try different styles, different aesthetics, and all that stuff.
Yeah, because I feel like right now, me personally, I'm just a person who slaps logos on a shirt. Eventually, I want to build like just like a line of clothing.
The brand you
like
want,
a brand, like an actual brand, you know.
Is it gonna be running gear or just?
I think I want to have I just thought about this the other day. I was writing it down on my notepad. I want to have like collectives. I want to have like the casual collective, and I want to have like an active collective.
That's cool, bro.
So a little bit of both.
Yeah.
And since I am a big runner, I do want to make like running tights, things that are trending.
You would consider yourself a big runner?
Like a big boy runner?
Just like a good runner. How's the metric of knowing when someone's a good runner or not?
I don't know.
If you run past 5 miles, that's when someone turns into a good runner, or how's the metric on that, bro?
I think if anybody can run a fucking 3K, I think you're a good runner.
Yeah? If you can run...
If you can run 3K, even a mile, bro, if you can just get out there and start running,
you're a good runner?
Yeah. I think, but if you really want to break it down and get into it, I feel like once you pass the 3K mark...
3K?
Like the 5K. So
5K?
So it's be a 3K, a 3 mile run.
3 mile.
3 mile run. If you pass that boundary, I feel like you're a good runner because you building up to 3 miles as a beginner runner, dude.
Bro, that's hard.
It's hard as shit, bro.
I can't imagine myself running 3 miles.
Yo me sentí la mera verga when I was running 1 mile, bro.
That's me right now, bro.
I was like, bro, what the heck? But like, once you pass like the 3
I'd be posting my fucking times and shit.
It's okay, bro. With the 11-minute pace, that's
yeah.
crazy,
With the 11
that's crazy. That's
yeah,
crazy.
I got a lot of work to do, bro.
That's good. That's how you start though. But I feel like just start. You know, I feel like you become like I said, once you hit that 3 mile mark, you're naturally good runner because you already went through the waves of emotion.
Yeah.
As a beginner, you know.
Yeah.
And that's all I gotta say from there, dude. I mean, I feel like there's no perfect runner.
Who's the best runner in the sport?
Are you asking influential wise or like elite pro? Because I don't know my elite pro runners. Like,
what would be the influential one?
I really like Kelly Phil Runs. I don't know if you follow him. I think I'm saying his name right. It's Kelly Phil Runs. Because when you know, obviously, as you run, you have to have, or when you work out, if you look good, you perform good, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I look at his runs. I actually look up to him because the way he dresses when he comes to running, but also like his history. Like, I don't follow runners just to follow them. I follow them because they serve a purpose.
Of what they show on their profile and who they are?
Yeah. Like, he was a big drug addict.
Oh, shit.
He was a big drug addict. I think he was a heroin user. And then I think his run club is called the Recovery Run Club.
Mm-hmm.
He's from Philly. And I look up to him because I'm like, dude, like, this boy is just... If you think I'm running 13 miles on a Wednesday, it looks crazy. I just look up to all these guys who are running like 10, 12 miles daily. Dude, and I'm just like, bro, that's doable. And they're keeping like a 7 minute per mile pace outdoors. So I think he's like one of my biggest inspirations to become a runner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be like the sebum of running?
No, I think the sebum of running would be Nick Bear.
Nick Bear?
Dude, yeah. It's like people who don't know Nick Bear, like you guys look into his stuff. Nick Bear.
He's crazy.
Dude, did you see his Texas he had the Bear Ranch?
I haven't seen that one.
It just dropped like last week. He bought a ranch, I think, and he hosted like a 4 mile lap. But it was people were running until they couldn't no more. It was
no
a
way.
36 mile. It was like 36 hour run or some stuff like that.
That is insane.
I looked into the video because I was just like so shocked about it. They had to come to a stop because the weather in Texas got so bad that they had to stop, and like.
But they were gonna keep going.
Yeah, there was 2 people left. And they had to come to an agreement that they both won or they were going to pick up. I didn't finish the video, but it was just they had to stop because of the weather conditions. But I think it shows you that people are really dedicated to running. Like, they'll put their life and effort into it. Like, it's crazy. Same thing as Jimmy, you know, like they put their energy and their soul and everything to it.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't like David Goggins?
Dude, that's the guy. That's the GOAT right there, dude.
He's crazy too, bro.
He's crazy. Like,
he's very motivational.
He's an ultra runner. You know, you probably seen his video. He runs 100 miles on a regular day.
That's so insane.
You probably seen the video where he's like, when you get home and you don't want to do anything, you open up your social media platforms, and that's the first thing you see, David Goggins.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just like, all right, I have to go get this running.
What's the quote that he said? Who's gonna lift the boats?
Who's
gonna lift the boats?
Or like the other one that's more crucial is like, you're just a bitch, you know? And I'm like,
yeah, you're just a bitch.
Yeah. But I personally like David Goggins.
Yeah.
One of my coworkers have a little fun with him here and there. We're just like, we don't want to do anything at the gym or like go running. He's like, where's that David Goggins mentality?
Yeah.
Like, you're right.
The thing is, what I like about running is that just running itself, I feel like it's healthier than the bodybuilding side of the fitness part, community, whatever. Mm-hmm. Because in bodybuilding, to compete at a professional level, you have to do certain stuff. Like you got to take testosterone, you got to take a whole bunch of shit. Yeah. You can't compete at a professional level if you don't take steroids, basically. And with running, I feel like it's healthier on that side, where you just have to be disciplined and you don't have to take extra stuff for you to become good at it.
Yeah, it's just one thing.
It's very toxic, I believe, the bodybuilding community. Not the community, but the sport itself.
It's cool that you see it as a person that lifts weights, you know, like, because a lot of people are like, I feel like they're in denial about it, you know.
Yeah.
They just like, oh no, it's always pure, you know.
No.
Yeah.
Most people you see on social media are not natural. Sometimes they even have it on their bio. Most people are not natural, bro.
Who's your favorite bodybuilder?
Chris Bumstead, bro. Yeah, he's the one that made it so popular, and everyone got into bodybuilding and to the Olympia. Yeah. He's like the GOAT. Yeah. Five times champion of the Olympia. That's crazy, dog. That's crazy, bro. He retired. If he wanted to, he would have still won the next one and the next one. Yeah,
I know Sebum. I know because of like gym, like when I was gymming. I actually have a shirt from him. It's called the Humanity Strength. I have a few shirts from him and stuff like that.
He's crazy. He's very strong too, and
that fool's like big. He's like,
and he made his brand not only in the sports side, but also in the professional and the business side. He also did it very good, bro.
What do you do?
He has the Sebum, his brand. Sebum, he makes pre-workouts, shirts, and I think it's called BUM. BUM, yeah.
Because I think I have the Blackberry Thavage.
The Thavage, yeah, that's his brand, bro.
Yeah, I know. Actually, because my lady, she goes to the gym and she likes like the Blackberry lemonade one. And I'm like, it's good. I'll take it here and there, but I think one thing as a runner, I stopped taking pre-workout.
Why?
I don't know. It just kind of like stopped.
It messed with your running?
I think one thing like I did notice was, like I mentioned, it gave me heartburns and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But it would just make my stomach upset when I'm running. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it was just either too much caffeine or it was just sitting right in my stomach, you know? Yeah. So like one thing I did was just stop taking it. And then that's speaking for like each pre-workout, you know? Yeah. The one thing I did transition to was taking just pure black coffee in the mornings.
Coffee, yeah.
Pure black coffee.
Less caffeine and
it's light. It was light on my stomach, you know.
More natural too, yeah.
So I was just doing that every morning before my run. But
going back to your brand, how was the first year? How was the year when you were preparing everything, and was it hard? What was the most challenging part of it?
I think the most challenging things for it, bro, was working with manufacturers overseas, because I was using like my manufacturers from China. I'm not gonna lie, in a perfect world, I wouldn't say I got scammed. There were a couple of times where I got scammed. Like, really? I asked for something and they sent me like something that I didn't even ask for.
Well, that happens a lot when.
Yeah, and I was just like, fuck, and I was like, it kind of gives you like that like, I don't want to do this no more. You know, like it's just like, fuck, do I really trust any manufacturer and stuff like that? Mm-hmm. But obviously, along the way, you start doing your research better and stuff like that. And it was just working with manufacturers.
You have to find the right one.
Yeah, the logos was kind of just like simple with me, because I feel like I would get creative on that side. Mm-hmm. It was just that, but the manufacturer was just one of the hardest ones.
And they send the pieces already with the print?
Yes. So you
send them the...
I send the logo. I send them... It's called a tech pack. So like I'll make my logo. I have mock-ups on my iPad. And I just kind of...
Did you create them? The logo? Part of the logo?
I did, yes. Every part of the logo was created. Except the mock-ups, because you can buy, like nowadays, you can just buy like PDF files or just pre-mock-ups and you just make them. And then I would just slap the logo on it, and then I would just kind of play with the logo with the dimensions and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Obviously, like if you want to give it like a wash faded look, you can play with the colors on the logo a little bit.
Oh, that's sick.
So I would just give them a tech pack, and then obviously like I had to learn what was GSM, like the quality of the shirt, how heavy you want it, all that. Like if you want a crop, oversized, like all the dimensions I had to learn perfectly.
Boxed and all that stuff.
So everything little by little, like even then to this day, I'll like miss it by a little bit. I'm like, oh, like this one, it's a sample, but it's just like I know where I could have done it better.
That's a cool fit, bro.
Yeah, it's done it better, but it's like okay, but now I know. But it was just, I think it was just like any business, you know. I feel like once you're starting up, it's just like the hassle, but once you do it repetitively, it kind of gets easier.
Yeah, it's trial and error.
Yeah, but it was going back to the question about what was the hardest. It was finding the right manufacturer.
Okay.
I think I tried about like 100 manufacturers.
That is crazy,
dude. It was just like my iPad is just emails just fill up with like messages from manufacturers.
And they would send you samples, or you had to buy them?
You had to pay for them.
You had to pay for them, right?
Not cheap, dude. I think each sample, no menos, $100. Like
shit, bro.
Do you see my pink bedazzle hoodie?
Yeah.
The one that Dude, everybody fell in love with that one.
That one's fucking sick.
Dude, that one was about like, just the sample was about like $400.
Fuck.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm buying designer shit.
And the material is probably
dude, it's crazy, dude.
top
like,
quality.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like buying designer stuff for yourself, you know? And I was like,
yeah.
And I was just like, nah. And then I plan on dropping that one, but it was just, it's too expensive for right now. To what it was.
Just for right now, yeah.
But it was just going back to the question, it was just the manufacturer trying to find the hardest one.
That's cool, bro.
Yeah. Like if my voice getting dry, bro, I have to drink hella water.
Yeah. I was drinking yesterday with my friend, the one from Zacatecas. Mm-hmm. We got pretty drunk.
Oh, that's what you want to drink today? Like,
that's why I don't want to drink too much right now, but I'll take one. I didn't know what to buy, bro.
That's fine, dude. Cheers.
This one's cool?
Yes, cheers, bro. Cheers. Oh, she got in the video.
Yeah, it's recording.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was like good. Estrella Jalisco? One of my favorite ones.
Really? Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, bro.
I'm like, when I said IPAs, I was like, I don't know if he drinks IPAs.
No tomo IPAs.
Really?
No. What's a good IPA? I tried looking for them when I went to buy these.
I feel like if you want to start off drinking on IPAs, I would go with a hazy IPA. It's the bluish, greenish can. Mm. But people think they're good. They're not good.
One of my best friends, he was in the Marines.
Yeah.
He loves IPAs, bro. He's always talking about IPAs, and I've never had one. No. He's insisted so much, but I've never had one.
Every time I go, my boys are like, they drink Modelos and stuff, like Hispanics. And I show up with my case of IPAs, like, oh, you drink that man shit, bro. Like,
yeah, because they're strong as fuck, bro.
I put my 6-pack. I'm like, here, have one. They're like, nah, bro.
You be drinking often?
Ever since I moved here, not really, not as much, to be honest. I think last time I drank and got kind of faded was 3 weeks ago. Just because my boy wanted to go out, so we just kind of went out. Mm-hmm. But other than that, like, para yo sentarme, tomamos una chela así nomás, bro? No. Raro, bro. Right now, I was like, fuck, I have to get one por mis nervios, no? But
I cool, know, right?
They're good, you know?
And you're going back to Cali?
Yeah, in July.
Why is that? Did you just miss it?
Nah, my girl finished her school, so we're going back to Cali. Yeah, so we were going to stay here until the end of the year, but we just decided not to go. We're going to go back.
Damn, bro.
I'll be back, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty close. It's Cali and Vegas is...
It's only a 45-minute flight.
Yeah.
From here to Oakland, so it's like, you can do it on a weekend, weekend trip.
Hell yeah, bro. Aquí tienes tu casa.
También, dude.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
If you guys ever want to go out there, go visit.
But yeah. So you're also, as how everything started, the filming part. I saw you at the gym with your camera.
That's the only reason we met.
That's the reason why we met, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're also into the social media part.
Yes, I'm trying to.
Tell me a little bit more about the social media process, how you edit your videos.
So,
because that's hard too, bro.
Yeah, that's going into the social media platform.
What made you want to go into the social media and the professional side of social media? Because you have an expensive camera, bro, and you're very good at filming and editing.
I think I was at the Tacuache back then, bro. I had a truck. And you probably seen my little black Ram on there. I had that truck, and then I was just posting off my iPhone, and then it would get like 30,000 views, like almost a mil. And I was just like, wow, there's something doable. And
so you've gone viral before with a couple videos.
On the truck side aspect. But I feel like I'm always up for a challenge, So I believe one way to grow within yourself is like start posting yourself and like whatever you do. I feel like I just look at social media as a place where you can document your life and like build whatever you want to do, And I think I always tell myself, I always wanted a camera. I'm like, let me pick up a camera and stuff like that. Back at home, my buddies will always tell me like, oh, record my truck, record my car, record all this.
For the trucks.
Yeah, for the trucks, basically.
For the truck meets and all that stuff.
Yeah, and it was just like, all right, I'm down, Like, I was like, all right, cool, I'm with it, And then eventually, like, ya cuando vení mi troca, bro, like, I feel like I just kind of like, just pushed it away, And then my camera sat for a year, dude. And then I was like, you know what?
I'm start running.
I'm going to start doing something because I have to make this camera useful,
Yeah.
And then I think it's just the fact that, like, I'm so drawn by, like, the way I edit videos on, like, my Final Cut Pro. I use Final Cut Pro to, like, edit my videos. The way I'm so drawn with the color grading on all this just kind of fascinates me.
Yeah, you like, got very into it, into the like theory behind it.
Yeah, like, I'm always learning on it. And I was just like, si no sé hacer algo, bro, me meto on TikTok, how do you do this? All right, this is how you do it. And
bro, you can go into fucking rabbit holes of anything.
Yeah. You can, if you don't know anything in 2025, bro,
you can learn on YouTube, bro.
I don't know what you're doing, bro. Like, it's like, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know if, do you use ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Yeah, I use ChatGPT for everything. Like, even to color grade my S-Log footage.
No way.
I tried it to, like, I'm like, I uploaded the sample. You have to pay for it, though. I'm like, let me just
like
pay
25, I think it is.
Yeah, you get, like, the premium version, whatever it is.
Premium.
You know, nowadays, all money.
Yeah.
And then I uploaded, like a raw, like, just S-Log, like, flat color profile. And I told it to color grade it for me. And it color graded for me. I was like, dude, this is crazy.
It came out good?
Yeah, like a 90%. But it was, like, the most of the work was done already. Like,
that's crazy.
Most of the work was done. And, like, I'm also really easy driven by, like, other influencers. Mm-hmm. Like, I follow this guy, like, who's using AI.
Taking inspiration?
Yeah, like, inspiration about, like, people who, like, use, like, you can use, like, ChatGPT to do this for your business or for your camera. And I was like, no way.
That's what I was doing, too, with the videos, bro, because I got into the rabbit hole. When I got the setup for the podcast, I was like, how the fuck am I going to do this now? Because one thing is getting everything, and the second thing is learning how to use them. Yes. So I was like, okay, I got to connect the mic to what? Okay, I need this thing right here. Yeah. How do I use that one? So I got into a very stressful fucking rabbit hole on learning how to use everything. Yeah. And I came across one of the podcasters that I watch from Mexico in Spanish. He uses AI for everything, bro. He's very functional. So he was talking about it, and I got into it. I started looking up like AI for editing on Adobe. Yeah. And my podcast before, when I was doing the setup over there, all the editing was done by AI in like 3 minutes, bro.
Dude, it's crazy.
But you had to pay for it. I had to pay for it.
But it's
time saving, bro.
You're paying for knowledge, you know. Like, that's how I always see it too. Like, and that's something my boy, like, I think he had to imply in my brain a little bit, because he was always telling me, he's like, shout out to Homero, like my boy.
Hey, Homero again, bro. Damn.
Shout out to him and his boys, bro. He's like, dude, like, I know you're doing all this dirty work right now. If you're doing all your editing video, he has people from like overseas, like I think in like, I don't even know where, but he pays them like $20, which is a lot for their foreign country.
Yeah, that's also
And he pays them to do his video editings, and he's like, bro, like, do it. And he gave me his connects. You're the man, so I'm like, nah, bro, I'm gonna do it myself, you know.
Yeah.
But I see his videos, I'm like, bro, like, it's just you're saving time, you know.
It's
basically what you're doing.
Efficiency.
Yeah. And I was just like, bro, like, and I was telling myself, I'm gonna give it a shot. But I think I don't find myself doing it because I like learning. Mm-hmm. So I also want to do it, you know.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
I'm one of those too, bro. I don't like people doing my stuff.
Yeah, and I feel like it's cool because I feel like you actually go through the process of like building something, you know. Like if I have someone else do it for me, I think no lo valoro tanto, you know.
Yeah.
They're doing it for me, you know. So I'm like, you know what? Let me do it myself.
Even if you make a mistake, it's like it's my mistake. This is what I did and where I fucked up, and I can learn from that.
And I guarantee you, if you made a mistake, no one's gonna notice on the video.
Probably not. Yeah.
That was my biggest like setback. I'm like, every time like
it's always you and the self-sabotage and all that stuff.
When I was doing my video editing, when I first started doing the Final Cut Pro stuff, I was always like, at first I was just like editing videos, pero nunca acababa un video porque, like I would spend hours trying to tweak it, the littlest things ever, bro. And ahorita like I'll
trying to make it perfect.
Yeah, right now I'll set a timer for 1 hour, like 1 hour. That's it.
That's a good habit.
That's like 1 hour, and then I'm just like, and then si no oí, I'm just like,
como salga la
verga. Yeah. Si no quedó bien, because I can, you know, when you're doing your edits, you can kind of catch them, and not like I'll come back to it later, you know.
You're like, fuck.
I once that hour hits, I'm like, you know what? That's it. I'm gonna post it. And then it's like, I think that was one habit that I picked up.
I've never seen a mistake in one of your videos, bro.
I catch them, bro, but it's okay.
Yeah,
I'll catch them. Yeah.
Shit.
But I'm like, whatever. Like you say, you don't notice, you know.
Yeah, people don't notice.
What do you use for editing for videos?
Adobe Premiere. It's hard though. Yeah, most of the time it's easier on CapCut because it has everything very accessible right there. But Adobe is like the professional, and I'm like, I want a challenge, so I need to learn how to use Adobe, and I'm still in the process. But
you want to know my opinion about CapCut? I don't use it. I deleted it.
You don't like it?
It was killing my quality too much.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I think their export settings weren't just not it.
You think it fucks up the quality?
I think so, dude.
What do you use right now?
Final Cut Pro. And I give you props for using Adobe Premiere because I had that, didn't know how to use it. I sent it back, got my money back.
It's hard, bro, and you still have to pay for it.
Yeah, because I paid for Final Cut Pro, but it's more Apple-based friendly for video photography.
Yeah. For your phone?
No, for MacBook.
For the MacBook?
Yeah, and now they have it on iPad, which is easier because I use it on my iPad sometimes. It's way easier. But
I'm gonna try it, bro. I'm gonna give it a try.
It's more friendly. But I mean, if you already have Adobe Premiere, I would just stick to it.
Yeah.
Eventually, I want to get into Adobe Premiere. And then if it's not Adobe Premiere, I want to get into DaVinci. You heard of DaVinci?
I've heard about DaVinci. Yeah.
It's hard, but it's part of the game.
You gotta learn, bro. Yeah.
Gotta learn. But people say if you know how to use.
There's everything on YouTube, bro.
Yeah.
There's a video for everything on YouTube. You just gotta find it because you have to do your research.
Yeah.
You'll find it.
But one thing
it's just stressful a little bit.
One thing I do know is that people who know how to use Adobe Premiere, they should be able to use DaVinci. It's the same platform. It's the same setup and layout. Because if you're coming from Final Cut Pro, if you look at their home screen of the platform,
yeah.
If you compare it to Adobe Premiere, it's way different.
Yeah.
It's dumbed down for us, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I'm starting to outgrow it, but I'm also like, for what I use it for, it's my most way to make it efficient, and also like to what I use it for, you know.
So how many times do you record, or how's your process for posting videos? How much do you record a day, or when do you know what to record, or when?
Something I should start doing is writing it down, but I just take it day by day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You just get an idea and I'm gonna record it and but just set up your camera?
Yeah, it's good and bad because I feel like you could think about it all in your head, but I'm such a visual learner, like I have to write it down. But I know what I need to do, but I don't do it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I was just like, but I just, as you asked me right now, I'll just take it day by day. Like I have an idea, I'll post it, you know? Like if I want to shoot something for my brand, I'll just kind of plan it out in my head, have an idea what I want to shoot, and then I'll just go shoot it. It's pretty much it's pretty simple.
How many days a week do you find yourself editing? And
I want to say maybe like
every day.
No, not every day. Especially since I do have my job. My goal is to at least post 3 times a week for Instagram and like all my TikTok and stuff like that. But I usually that's my goal. Try to post 3 times a day.
You should try YouTube.
I have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, you have a YouTube channel.
It's called Sparks Departments too.
Oh,
I talked about it's hard. It's hard. Like
what do you be posting on there?
I only have like 2 videos. It was just me introducing my brand, basically, who I am, kind of like a brief down.
Yeah.
And then the other ones are just shorts, like of what I post on Instagram.
Okay.
But it's just there, you know. But my boy said you start posting on.
You should start posting your running programs or how you set up your running training and all that stuff. That would be pretty interesting in my opinion. I
thought about it. Like I'm thinking about it, to be honest, but it's just like, dude, it's like, I don't know how many you be posting on how many platforms. How many platforms do you have a TikTok?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. TikTok for my fitness account, for my podcast, the IGs for my podcast, for my gym account, and I had a YouTube for my bodybuilding account. Yeah. But I don't be posting anywhere on there.
Is it hard posting on all 4 platforms?
Fucking hard, bro.
It's hard, dude. Like that's what people don't understand. He's like, you make it look so easy. I'm like, it's not. People think it's easy, but it's not easy, dude.
It's not easy, bro. Like, it's very time consuming.
Dude, my lady be getting mad at me sometimes because I'd be so locked in my laptop.
Same. Yeah. They be calling me iPad kid, and
dude, like
when I'm on my phone, like posting and everything, I'm just
like, dude, like it's so bad. Like I'd be like, I don't know. I just be so locked in. I'm just like, dude, I have to post this, and it's just like, one thing, you know, it's an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. That's after the editing of the video.
Yeah.
It's just now you got to post it. But I don't know. Do you schedule your videos here and there or no?
Not really. No? I just, once I'm done editing the video, I just post it.
I got to the point where I started scheduling my videos in post.
Oh,
that's how far into videography, like my social media. I started like making content. Like I'll be
smart, bro.
I'll be doing my workout today, and I won't post until like next week on Tuesday, thinking it's that day, you know, but it's actually from like last week's workout.
Yeah.
So it's just getting in the rhythm of flow, because also like content creation for me, even though I don't have a big following, it's still fairly new. Like I'm still trying to explore what it is, you know? Yeah.
And you never know, bro. It only takes one video
to
blow up for your content to be exposed to everyone, and you can create a community. I think that would be my goal, bro. Yeah. Just create a community that relates to what I do and fitness and everything.
I think it's also you have to find the right people too, because I feel like once you're doing it on your own, it's kind of hard sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that's so underrated. Like people don't understand. Like me trying to do content on myself, like content, it's not easy, bro. Like it's, especially like since it's just me all the time, and I feel like people get bored of me eventually, you know. And that's
it's
like,
just your mind, bro.
Okay,
playing tricks on you. Yeah.
But it's like I want to post like every single day, but it's like it's hard, you know.
Every day, that's crazy.
Because it's also like I don't want to be posting like the day in my life vlog style, you know, because that's not me, you know. And it's just like my boy Homero, he's like, just post, bro. Just you have to post, bro. Just post. And I was just like, I know, but it's just like, it's tiring, dog. It's tiring.
Very.
I mean, you know, you're working out and you're doing this, and you still have to come edit a video, and you're just like, all right, now I have to balance my relationship, and I'm just like, bro, no, dude.
And even more like what you were saying before, when you feel like you have to look a certain way, that's also very toxic. For example, me posting fitness stuff, I get demotivated when I don't see a fucking buff ass dude in front of the mirror. I'm like, damn, I don't have the physique for someone to go viral with this physique. But there's a lot of people who don't have the bodybuilding physique, and they be posting fitness content, and they make it, bro. Dude, you just gotta post.
I seen that too as runners too. Like runners, I'm like, dude, this is one dude. I just started following. He's un güerito. He's big, but he runs, dude. That fool would run, and he doesn't post. I think he storytells. Like he tells us what he went through his day, and it's just like, and he's
while
funny.
Running.
Yeah, while running. Like, come with me on this run, and it's like, it's just pretty crazy, you know. Like, he doesn't even say, like, mile 1, mile 2. He'll tell you, like, a whole story, and you're just engaged the whole time. Like, oh, shit, you know?
That's
like,
cool.
I think the last one I seen was that he went to 7-Eleven to buy a Coke. And he made that his run, his whole Instagram post. And I was just like, he just literally went to go buy a fucking Coke and then ran back. And he's drinking the Coke as he's running back home. Like, yep, that was just my summary of today's post. And I'm like, what? And I was just
cool.
Like...
That's different.
And I think we overcomplicate things, you know?
Yeah.
And that's like, it's just like, fuck, you know? But I think that's any, like, standing on a point of view from anybody, you know? If you just, like, do it, I feel like when you least expect it.
You just got to do it.
Yeah.
Como Nike, just do it.
Just do it, bro. Yeah, just like that.
Yeah. Because you never know, bro. Yeah. So it's already been an hour. I feel like we can do a second part whenever you want to come. I feel like this was a good hour. Huh? Before you leave, before you go to Cali, before you go back to Cali, I feel like we can do a part 2 of the podcast, bro.
I'm down, bro. Maybe hopefully I have an ideal body by then, you know?
For real.
Bro. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for coming, bro. Thank you for taking your time. It was very interesting.
Gracias, bro.
Yeah, you want to send people somewhere? Your brand? I'll still tag them down below. Your ad on Instagram, your brand, your YouTube channel, anything you want to tag on the video.
I'll say just follow Sparks Department for people who don't know me already, and just follow the page. Yeah, you don't have to be ideal person to be running. Just start running, you know.
Yeah,
it's just. Certified Sparks on TikTok and Oscar Sparks on Instagram, and then Sparks Department's on my clothing brand.
Hell yeah! All right.
I forgot my YouTube one, but it's okay.
I'll just tag it down below, bro.
You're good. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for everyone who watched the podcast, the episode. Thank you for coming, bro.
Cheers, bro. No, cheers, bro.
We'll be back with another one.
Fly out there, take another one. Fly out to Cali. We can do a podcast over there.
Oh, that would be cool, bro. I'm down for that.
Do my mom's house. Pretty sick.
All right. Thank you, people. Bye.
Cheers.